Hello guys, today it's a very important topic, that is error handling, and you probably would like to see through the video because you certainly will have some bugs and errors in code. Everyone does, right? So let's start. Okay, let's see what a panic macro is. Error. So panic macro just gives an error when compiled. So if you know that we have some error beforehand, then we can just use the panic macro and it will give the error. So when panicked it error error here, yeah, so the message is given here, error here. It's just an example, but you can use with conditionals, and it would be very useful in something like a server, backend server, when you know beforehand that you are having some problems. Okay, now what can we see here? Okay, so it is saying that here we do not have a 100th item or 99th index in the vector v, so we will get an error, and the Rust compiler just uses the panic macro, or let's say panics, and gives the error out. So that is how things work. Let's go a little complex, towards some complex error handling, right? Okay, so it's about reading file. Okay, let's create or we might just use std file, or is it fs? I need to see fs file. So we need to read a file. Let's just copy. Okay, let's just copy the code. I think we need a text editor here because probably it won't work, and that's something. Okay, I should have thought beforehand, but I guess it okay, let's open Rust. All right, so let's use this. I'm sorry for taking extra time here, but we will be ready to go in no time. Okay, so what will happen here? So it says we are opening hello.txt, but we do not have any file up here that is named as hello.txt. So it certainly should throw us error. Cargo run. Okay. So what happened? Just run it anyways. Okay, intentional prefix. So okay, this will return a result, but this will have an error, so we do not have output here. So let's go up here. So we need to use match keyword to find out if it's an error or it gives out the file. So let's check that out. Let val equals to, and we will do match creating file. Well, the name is very lengthy. I should have done something less lengthy. Okay, but anyways, let's do okay. It will have value, and so what is in the example? So it is returning the value or the file here. So let's do the same value, that is of type file. Let's return value. Let's have error, err. So let's print and let's use the panic macro. There's a error. What is that? Error. Okay. Well, my computer isn't that fast, so I have to hit Control save every time I edit the code. So just hang on with me. Okay. All right. So we do not have a file here, so it should throw us error. Okay. Error. Okay. So we have an error. Process didn't exit successfully, and it says panicked there is a error. The system cannot find the file specified because we do not have any file named as hello.txt, and this is how you would manage to handle the error. But probably you could do something better than this. Maybe if you don't have an error, if you have an error that you do not have a file, then you create a file there and go forward with that. So the example below should be the thing that we are discussing here. Okay, so do that. Let's do that. Okay, match err dot kind. So this is the method we will use here. Okay. Why is it throwing me error? I don't think I have done anything wrong here. Yeah, that is just fine. Okay, so yeah, so let's first write the code. Error kind that is not found. Okay, I don't really have the knowledge of spelling because I just use the autofilling, and sometimes it just does not do that. So let's create the file. So what do we have for creating? Okay, create create, so it should create a file that is hello.txt, right? I think that's fine. And then okay, what is done after that? So we again return the file. So we do the same as match again. Match, sorry, just to match this to okay, that is a file. Then we return the file. If it's an error, error, we return error. Panic, there's an error in creating the file. Okay, that's done, and we will write other error. If that's the case, then what should we do? My intention should be right here. Well, first let's write the whole code, and let's see if we have some mistakes up here. So other error, and that's error kind, and we are supposed to panic here. Okay, not found. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay, let's do panic, some other error. Okay, so I think we have all the right indentation up here. So it goes here, error kind. Then we go out of here. If it's an other kind, right? So this is here, error kind. We have done that right. Is out. Yeah, so this is just fine. So we should expect the code to create a new file that is hello.txt. So will it do that? It should. Okay, we probably will have some errors up here because we are not using anything but what does, okay, let's just do this because it might throw us error here. So let's just write the error kind up here. So we need the debug. We are using debug trait up here, so it will be a type. So there is that. We are not using error here. We can just do this. Yeah, okay, for the error we are using it though. Okay, I think this should work. So this should create a file. So do we have a file? Yeah, so we have a file that is hello.txt. so we have created a file. So that is a little complex maybe for the first time to understand, right? So we are creating we are trying to read a file here, then we match the result, that is in the result. So it is in the result enum, and this will have something like OK, and it will have error, some string maybe, let's say string, and string. I'm just trying to make you understand that what the result type consists of. So we are just using the match keyword to go through the enum, and we have used the match keyword with enum before the time with another video, so you can go and check out that video if you are confused by using match in enums. So, and we have checked if the error kind is not found, then we again do match. So it's like nested match, and it might get a little bit complex, so try to write the code firsthand, and probably will get some sense as how this is working. Okay, so let's just understand something more. Okay, so we have a unwrap method. So what does the unwrap does? So it is very let's say shortcut to error handling. So if the let's just see the example up here. I think we do not need to write any code in the text editor, because I think I can make you understand what the unwrap does and what does the expect does. Okay, so we have greeting file, and we try to open the hello.txt, and .unwrap does is, if this has the file, then it will return the file to the greeting file variable. If it doesn't have, then unwrap will panic, because there's an error and there is no file named as hello.txt. Okay, and what is expect means? So if we have some knowledge more than the let's say compiler of the programming language, we have an idea that we are trying to do something, and if something other happens, then we get given information that what we are expecting. Yeah, so there is both of them, and let's understand what propagating errors means, and how can we do that. So there's generally two ways how you can do that. Let's understand the lengthier way and go for the shortcut. So what is propagating error? So we are writing a function which returns a result by itself. So if it has error, then it will return error, and if it has the value, let's say the file, then it will return the file inside the function, and we can use that in another functions maybe, or the main function, the entry point, or whatever. Okay, I think we can just copy this code in the text editor and can understand what this is doing. Okay, let's do control. Sorry. Okay, let's go here. Let's go V. Let's cut it out. Let's paste it. So do we have everything here? No, we do not have. So we just copy the same code. Okay, copy, let's paste it. Well, it's making hard time for me. Okay, let's undo it. I'm using Vim extension here, and it is in a way making hard for me to use it sometimes. So we did the pasting here, the code from the documentation. Okay, so what do we have here? We do not have any main function, so probably the compiler will give us error. So let's write the main function anyways. So I think we will be just fine now. Okay, let's read the function here. Read from file. Okay, so it returns a result that could be a string, or that could be an IO error, that is input output error. So what do we have? What have we done here? So we have user file result, and result will have the file or the error. So we have written that, and we have used match as before, and OK will return the file, error will return the error. Alright, so okay, we probably could have just written ERRE, that will also just written out the error enum here, and we have MUT username, string new. Okay, that is where we are trying to store the value read from the username file. So it's a mute because the values will change as the strings read from this file will be stored in the username string, username variable. Then we do a match. So it is trying to write to the file. So if we have OK, then we return OK username. If we have error, then we return error. So that is very simple. Since we do not have a semicolon here, so or in a way this just returns out the value, but I think this will stop from returning the value, so we do not have that, and we'll return the value. If it's an OK, then it will return the username, that will be a string, and we have error, it will return error, IO error. Okay, that is how you would propagate the error, but we have a simpler, more elegant way of doing that. Let's go below here, so let's see that. Okay, so let's first see this. We have open this file. So this question mark means if we read the file, if it's just fine, then we are OK with that. But if it has error enum, ERRs, then it will return the ERR and the error inside it. So we do not need to write match for this. So we have a username as before, then we try to write into the username variable. So if it runs fine, then we are OK with that, but if it does not, then we will return the error enum. And finally we have OK, because this question mark does not return if it has the right answer, so we have to explicitly return OK username. Alright, let's go below, and here we have an example of chaining of question mark. So what is that operator called, let's call it question mark operator. So we can also change that, and we can make the code even shorter. So we open the code. If it has error, it will return the error, but if it does not, then we read the string and we try to write that in the username variable. If it has error, then it will read an error. If it does not, then we are okay with that, so we do not return anything. And finally we have to return the username, because as we have discussed before, that question mark will not return the right answer. So we return the value with OK username, which has string inside it, that is username. Okay, I think that is what we are supposed to do from this video and talk about. So we have expect, and I have already discussed that if we have some information, probably information more than the compiler, then we can just guess that we were expecting something, but we did get something different, and that is how you could use the expect method. Okay, so majorly if you are trying to handle the error, then these are the things that you are going to use most of the time, and you surely can check out the documentation for yourself, but I think it's all about error handling. So if you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe the channel, and I would really appreciate if you do that. So I'm trying to grow as a channel, so please help me out here. Okay, so we'll meet each other again. For now, bye.